Hello, I'm Chrissy.
And I'm Caroline, and we're interior designers. More and more people are asking us about what we do and how we do it.
Which brings us to our new design adventure, the Design Duet. Join us as we discuss the ins and outs and the ups and downs of interior design.
Hi, Chrissy.
Hi, Kads. How are you?
Very well. How are you?
Good, thanks. Good, thanks.
Great. We've got a new podcast coming out today. And in this podcast, we're going to begin with how to give your home personality and individuality in 2025. So we're talking about trends.
And it's a big trend of 2025, isn't it?
It absolutely is. And in this whirlwind of daily life, it's easy for our homes to become just a place to crash, a backdrop to our routines rather than a space that truly reflects who we are. But your home should be more than that. It should be a sanctuary that makes you feel joyful, you can be expressive and uniquely making it your own.
So true, Kaz. In 2025, the focus is shifting away from generic interiors toward bolder, more personal design choices that celebrate individuality. This episode is all about how to breathe life into your home and make it a reflection of you. Let's get into it.
Well said. Let's start with the details that often go unnoticed in our homes. Window furnishings is a big one.
It sure is.
Instead of defaulting to standard grey S-fold polyester shears, oh gosh, that's making me cringe already, the word polyester.
Yeah.
Consider using beautiful linen shears with a subtle pattern perhaps or even a border around the edges.
Sure.
Go for something, that's a little bit more unique and gives you a little bit more character to the home as well, like an ornate rod and some beautiful finials at the end.
What's a finial, Kaz?
The finial is what sits at the end of a curtain rod, and it can be perfectly plain, which it may be just a round or it could be a square.
Right.
You can get beautiful finials that are a bit more decorative, like an acorn or what else have we seen?
It's sort of got that antique look to them, some of them.
Sometimes, just like having, a bit of a rippled edge or, having a bit of movement in the actual finish of it.
Yes.
Just gives you a little bit more detail, a bit more character, makes it individual. And they're not expensive to do. It doesn't, it won't burst the budget, I would say, by doing something a little bit more unique.
No, and it's I think everything we're going to talk about, it's not about making it more expensive. It's just about making it uniquely yours.
Yeah.
And something you love.
Exactly. And I think that's where you can make a point of difference.
And maybe volumizing the fabric rather than doing S-fold or a pinch pleat. Maybe instead of just having, a certain amount of fabric, double the volume so it's got fullness and richness and intensity to it.
Yeah, I agree. And, like I just mentioned, having a border on it, perhaps might be on the leading edge of the actual window furnishing.
Yes.
Whether it's a sheer or whether it's a full fabric. And you could even put a border across the bottom.
That's right. The world is your oyster.
3/4 of the way down. I used to do...
Yes, I love that look.
Yeah, so do
it's
I.
Gorgeous.
I used to do a lot of that probably 10 years ago, but I think it's coming back in. So we're talking about trends of 2025, but I've certainly seen it in my recent travels.
Yes.
A lot more of that being included, and I think that's beautiful to individualise, what you've got going on in your window furnishings.
Definitely. You could put a tie
Yep,
on
absolutely.
It, tie your curtains back.
Yeah. Or you could just have like a finial.
Yes.
There's arm ties that you can use that you can have holdbacks.
Gorgeous.
You could use the same as what the finial is as your tie back, or you could have, something in wrought iron, in metal, or in colours, gold,
different
silver, black.
finishes. Yeah.
Yeah. So
don't be safe.
Don't be safe.
Be special.
Exactly. Unique and different.
Next, let's think about pieces that you already own or have, Kaz. Could be a family heirloom tucked away or could even be hidden in plain sight. Could be a timber side table or a vintage chair. You could maybe give it a bit of new life, put a patterned fabric on the chair, reupholster it. You might even paint the timber on the
Love
chair
that.
or the side table.
Yeah, great.
You might paint it like a completely different colour, hot pink, turquoise, whatever is going on in the room, if there's a certain colour that you want to pull out.
Repurposing it.
Don't you think?
Yeah, love it.
Just makes it that little bit unique and special. Or what about even just the right styling in a room? Make it your own.
Well, we do like a bit of styling, so that's just perfect for us. But I love how you're saying, these old family heirlooms and vintage pieces, bringing them to life again, giving them a new lease of life. And, and that's not expensive.
No, it's not. You can do it yourself.
Yes, or you could easily go to a vintage store.
Yeah.
Even, Salvos, you'd pick up little bits and pieces at places like that. And, just you could easily style them into what you've got existing.
Yeah, yeah.
Or you could, frame them up, as we like to do often.
Like when we're talking about, hidden family heirlooms, my nana had these 3 gorgeous pastel-coloured spotted jugs, large, medium and small, and they were very sort of retro 60s.
Yes.
And I often put them on display just because it means so much to me.
Yeah, gorgeous.
But they're also gorgeous and, have great colour, and also they're functional. We use them as the jugs and just, something like that.
Yeah,
have you got
fantastic.
Something that you use?
I do. I have a piece. Well, I love glassware, and I've got lots of lovely, beautiful, bold coloured pieces in my house. One special piece, when my sister was unpacking her home to move into a new home, she found one of my nana's old ashtrays. You'll appreciate this.
Yeah.
Not that
why?
you smoke or anything like that, but there's going to be a time that you might take it up again.
Oh.
And she gave me a piece that was my nana's.
Right.
And that she had received when Mum packed up my nana's home. And it's a beautiful Murano glass piece.
Wow.
And it's ruby red in colour. Unfortunately, it actually broke during her move, but I had it put back together again, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and it sits in prime spot in my home.
Yes.
Where a lot of sunlight touches it. So as a result of that, it gleams, and it's beautiful, and it's got tiny little bubbles in it. And
it's stunning.
It's stunning, yeah. And you can use it for anything. Decorations can go in it, flowers can go in it.
Yes.
Could sit, as a dinner party, piece that can sit as a centrepiece on a table.
It's divine. It is divine. I've seen it, and it really is special. And you're in your home when you see your pieces
that's nice.
That sit out, your Murano glass pieces. But also like pieces from trips. When you go on a trip, if you're fortunate enough to travel a little bit, or even if you've only had one trip in your life, you might just bring something small and special back, and perhaps that becomes a feature on, your coffee table or on your entrance hallway.
I love that. And often those pieces become the central talking point.
That's right. And they're in the will.
Yes.
There's always a kid that wants that piece because it reminds them of you.
Yeah.
And
or your mum or your nana or whatever it may be. Yeah, it's gorgeous. And another thing we love to do is layer in with textures. It's another powerful way to bring warmth and character into a room or into your home. Don't be afraid to mix patterns and textures. And this can be done in your cushions. This can be done with your window finishings, throws, rugs even.
Definitely, yeah.
Let soft furnishings speak to you and speak to your personality, whether you're drawn to bold and vibrant or calm and earthy things.
You might just have one favourite colour that, is the consistent colour in your room, but you love it because it's you.
Yeah. And you and I are very different when it comes to this. I probably can say that you're definitely more calm and earthy, whereas I feel like in my whole home I'm probably, I am more bold and vibrant.
I like texture.
You do.
You like boldness.
And I do love texture as well. And I love mixing pattern on pattern.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas you have got, a beautiful calm.
I like stripes though.
Yeah, you do.
I do love stripes. I wear a lot of stripes. I do tend to use them a bit at home.
And so again, we've talked about this before, Chrissy. Sometimes we meet new clients and we say, what sort of style do you like, or what is your look and feel? And And they may just say to us, oh, actually don't have a look or I don't know what colours I love. And this is where you and I, laugh about this a bit and we'll say, well, but you're wearing pink lipstick.
That's
and
right.
You've got an emerald green shirt on and, you're wearing navy blue. So are they the three colours that you actually quite like when it comes to interiors?
Yes.
And they will say often, well, actually, yes, they are. I've got that in my house or I did include that in my, Instagram or Pinterest page.
Yes,
so
it is a good starting point.
It's a good starting
to
point.
understand someone's style and personality and uniqueness.
So textiles is a big thing.
Huge,
yeah,
huge.
Because we wear clothes every day, we're looking at textures all the time. And in our interiors, and I think that definitely is a area that people can really invest in good pieces as well.
Definitely.
That can be, something that you have forever.
Well, you want your house to represent you, not, somebody else.
Or something that you saw in a magazine.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, or on Instagram.
Or something that just has no personality whatsoever.
I agree.
You want to come home and feel like, oh, I'm so glad I'm home. This is where I want to be.
Yes.
I love looking at everything that I have and do. And don't you think?
You just want to walk in and feel at home.
Yeah.
That's, if you've got that feeling as soon as you walk into your home, I think that's, you're more than halfway there.
That's right. When it comes to lighting and furniture, opt for something bespoke or unexpected. A striking pendant, a sculptural lamp, or a custom piece of furniture can instantly elevate a space and make it feel curated, not copied. I think that's a big take from this, Kaz. Make it your own style.
Yeah.
You don't want cookie cutter.
No.
You don't want what your friends got down the road, for instance.
So true. And, as we talk about often, lighting is such a big thing for us. So making, your lighting, reflect your feel and your mood and where you want to be. And I think that's really important. And we spoke to a lighting specialist, not long ago.
Yes,
and, Danielle from Lights. And it was all about the lighting. She could not express enough.
Human-centric lighting.
Exactly her words.
Was the key word. So make it about how you live in your house, the spaces you use, where you need that light, whether it's ambient, task, or even just, functional lighting.
It's all about the mood,
it's all about
isn't
the
it?
mood. Yeah.
And it's so important. I loved how she described her little girl's room. And it was an unusual way of where she put the downlights in her little girl's room and what else she had in there. There was a reading light, which was above the bed, next to the bed. So that was a function.
It just made me want to be in that room.
I know. And she also had a couple of downlights that actually went into her robe.
Yes.
Which was very smart.
Which you need for task lighting. So
yeah. So it wasn't
putting on.
Exactly. It wasn't just having like 4 downlights on the ceiling, which often you would see in rooms. Yeah,
That's
it just
right.
was individualised and definitely made it her room.
Definitely. And look, in terms of pendant lighting, there's so many artisans around now. Even, just thinking about the artist that does plaster pendants.
Mud, lighting.
There's mud. You don't have to spend $1 million.
No.
And you might pick up something from the op shop.
Absolutely.
And you might rearrange it somehow,
Put a new shade on it.
That's right. So just do something unique to your space.
Yeah.
But some of them Melbourne-based artisans that are around that we're noticing and going to see just doing fabulous, unique pendant lightings, aren't they? And
absolutely.
sconces.
Sconces are taking or have made a big comeback, I feel, and they're definitely on trend now.
Definitely.
And everything having, and we talk about this often, making sure that everything has a dimmer.
Everything has to have a dimmer.
Yeah.
It's not about, how much money you spend on a light, is it? It's about how it makes you feel.
Exactly.
Don't you think?
Yeah. So I think lighting is definitely on trend and it has been for quite some time. But, we often say to each other, let's start with the lighting when we've got new projects.
Yes. Well, that's because we love it.
But also I think it makes such an impact.
It does.
Yeah.
It definitely does. What about art and collectibles,
Well,
Kaz?
art and collectibles are often, places and areas where you can have, another opportunity to infuse meaning into your home. create a gallery wall with family photos or group sentimental treasures like Murano glass or travel souvenirs that you talked about before in one dedicated spot. It's a great talking point.
Sure is.
It's not about how expensive something is, but about what it says to you and how it makes you feel.
Yeah. Like I recently was at a job. They had a lot of small sort of same-toned little paintings that were pretty old.
Yeah.
We reframed some of them.
Yeah.
But they're all small. So you couldn't put a little small piece on one gigantic wall. So we did what's called a salon hang and we clustered them all together in irregular positions over a big wall.
Great.
And it just made it like a work of art. And
so did you make the piece bigger, Chrissy?
It made it like a large piece, but it was lots of small pieces put together. And they all were like personal like little drawings or a little painting they'd picked up when they'd gone away for a weekend and put it all together. And so it was like a whole wall of memories.
Oh, fantastic. I love that.
Yeah. So anyone can do that.
Absolutely.
Anyone.
On any, on a coffee table.
That's right.
Having even, stacked up books.
Your favourite books that you enjoy looking at.
Yeah, with the beautiful piece sitting on top.
And a bunch of flowers from the garden.
Exactly. You don't have to spend a fortune.
That's right.
It's just maybe just compiling it into a small space.
Yes.
And just make it more noticeable that you've made an effort in that particular spot.
That's right. And again, reframing some of your older pieces, it just brings them back to life.
I agree. And again, if you've got, heirloom pieces
yes.
or again, Camberwell markets or any markets or, the op shop is a fantastic place to start because people do drop off their old pieces that, they've unfortunately, had to unpack a family member's home and they've just dropped things like that. Well, you never know what you could find.
That's right.
You could find, a
treasure.
Treasure.
Yes, I love that idea. Don't forget the power of colour, Caroline.
I never do.
Whether it's a soft green on your bedroom wall, a vibrant blue cushion, or even just some fresh flowers from your garden, splashes of colour help set the tone and energy of your space. Well, what else can I say there? It just says it all, doesn't it, really?
It really does.
I know, like for me, we have my bedroom. I wanted to get some wallpaper in there. And I love blues and greens, and so that's exactly what I've done. And every time I walk in that room, I just go, oh my God, I just love this room. Yeah, it's just the feel it gives me.
Yeah, that's great. And it's a place that you spend quite a lot of time in.
Not enough, but
okay,
but yes,
yeah. So it's it's got an impact to you.
Yeah,
and it speaks to your to your mind.
Yes,
and it gives you comfort and joy. And, it's a relaxing place for you.
And I've probably used that colour throughout my house. Again, for consistency, but also just because I love that colour.
Yeah.
It makes me feel good. What about
great. You? Well, I think I'm pretty colourful in every room. My children, my husband probably don't love that as much as I do, but I think that it gives our house character.
It does.
And I definitely, did our home, very cool tones, just muted, and just used what, my thing was more probably about furniture for the old part of the home.
Yeah.
Definitely, I used the old, features that were already existing there. But, the backdrop of our new part of the home, it definitely is in, art. It's also in, furniture, colours and pieces of, decorative items and, furniture and cabinetry, etc. That I put some more colour into.
Our houses and our spaces are a collection of ourselves, really, aren't they?
So true.
And just everything we experience in life.
Yeah.
And so put it in your house.
Put it in your house.
And finally, remember, it's okay to ask for help. If layering and styling does not come naturally to you, a designer can help you bring everything together in a way that feels cohesive and uniquely yours. That's what we're there for.
That's what we're there for.
We want that for you.
Yeah, exactly. And, designers, interior designers do a lot more than perhaps stylists do. So, there's a couple of people that you could engage and you could easily have that conversation with someone and, say how much will it cost me or, to have you in my home for a couple of hours.
Yes.
That's all I'd like to do.
Yes.
And I think that's really important. and, to get that quote up and running first.
Yes.
And have the conversation, because it's amazing what a couple of hours can do. You walk into a shop and you feel exactly the same as, you want to walk into a shop and feel like, wow.
Just might help you bring your ideas together.
Yeah. And in a home, I think that's very important.
Yeah, agree.
Well, here's one simple tip to get you started. Pick one thing you love, maybe a favourite colour, a piece of art, or a meaningful object, and use that to anchor everything, to anchor something that is going to look truly amazing, incredible.
Let it inspire the palette, textures and pieces around you. By starting small and building intentionally, you'll begin to create a home that doesn't just look good, but feels deeply, unmistakably you.
So true. Love it, Chrissy.
Okay, I loved talking about that today.
Yeah, same.
There's nothing more joyful than going into someone's house that is uniquely theirs.
Beautifully said.
Okay, thanks everyone. We'll see you next time.
See you. Bye.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you'd like to get in touch, email us on thedesignduet@gmail.com or DM us on our Instagram page, The Design Duet.